so much energy and information. I've posted a bunch of things on my personal page, on my Instagram, what's happening in your body, right? Aches, pains, emotions, and how they're manifesting in the experiences. And it's like, what can you do to move through it with ease and grace and, take the chaos and alchemize it into creation. Our bodies keep the score. And essentially, hi Deborah. And essentially, how do I say this? Whatever is not resolved in the energetic or emotional realm, your emotional body, your energetic body, will manifest in your physical body. It will show up as aches, pains, illness, disease, anything that is unresolved on the emotional and energetic levels, because the body is actually a manifestation of the subconscious mind. That line right there is from Joe Dispenza. And it goes back to the training I started 20 years ago about understanding the mind and the body connection. And then when we get to the core of what is actually manifesting the emotion, the ache, pain, or illness, when we get to the core of what that is, we can transmute the energy and shift our experience, heal our body, release the discord. And then what happens is that as we start to clear out the density from within ourselves, our outer life experiences mirror that. And it's happening right now too. The other way around is that what we're seeing projected out there, what we're seeing reflected out there, is what is happening for within us. It's not about changing the circumstances. It's not about changing the people. It's about going in and fine-tuning our inner system. We're evolving. We're going through this process of integrating more of who we are from the energetic, spiritual essence level. Like a soul integration into the physical body is another way you could say it. And it's like putting a ball inside a glass of water. Like something's got to come out. And in this case, the density that we're holding, that shows up as, insecurity, self-doubt, fear, limitation, stories of scarcity or lack, right? Because that's not congruent with the truth of who we are as these sovereign, empowered superhumans. And so when we're not like facing it head on and deciding ahead of time, like, okay, I'm going to take charge of my life. I'm going to be making these decisions. I'm going to be aligning my choices with what my heart and soul are guiding me to do. When we're not ahead of it, what happens is that we are such powerful creators. We bring into ourselves, we manifest these experiences that trigger us, that create chaos, that create disturbances to catch our attention. And again, it's not about like, we've got to fix the thing outside of there. It's like, what is that thing outside there telling me about what I need to release, heal, adjust, stand in my power about? Where is it that I need to course correct within me? What belief am I holding on to that is a match to what I'm having this experience manifest as? So when we start to have the friction, we'll call it, between who we know ourselves to be, the truth of who we are, this greater essence, and then what is actually happening, what we're actually choosing, right? How we're getting in our own way. When that starts to be more clear, that does cause disruption, chaos, discord. And again, it shows up in the body, aches, pains, illnesses, emotions. You might start to be feeling some in the body, but even more so in the mindset, like starting to see more of, or hear more of, the beliefs and the stories that you say about yourself, that you say about life, like what's possible, who you really are. Like when you start to hear something, it's like, imagine that you are the bouncer of your own nightclub. This up here is a nightclub, right? And these thoughts that want to come in, you can decide whether or not you let them in. You get to decide. They don't just get to bust through your door and tell you that you're not enough, or you don't have enough, or you're not whatever enough, or you're, a loser, or it'll fail, or it'll never work out, or whatever the story is. Like you could say, no, I see you, bye. And use your breath a lot. Like use your breath, because what our breath tells our nervous system is that we're not fight, flight, we're not in a dangerous situation, because our mind can be going and it could set off our nervous system to say there's something wrong, there's something that we need to, address, we need to run from. And so then all of a sudden we've got anxiety, or we're stressed out about something, or our fuse is short, or we got road rage, right? But it's really like, let's get to the core of it. Okay. I'm letting some things in my awesome nightclub that don't belong here. Use your breath and just send them away. That's it. It's like a habit. It's like, how, when you walk to your neighbor's yard over and over years, maybe when you're a kid, years and years, there's a path now in the grass. That's what happens with beliefs in our mind. These thoughts that go over and over again in our mind, they become beliefs. And then what happens, they become habits. And until we start to see and feel the discord and really pay attention and say, okay, that person hurt my feelings, that person triggered me, this chaos happened, this disruption happened, what am I actually trying to tell myself through these things? Okay, so the first thing is like not letting things in your mind. The second thing is, and it's kind of like attuned to what I've already was saying, is that like while the thing is happening, while the chaos is happening, while the disruption is happening, while the power struggle with another person or your own mind is happening, like to not get caught up in the reality of it or the manifestation of it, and stay more in tuned with the energy in your physical body, right? Because what happens is that like, it's like when we don't let energy flow through our body freely, and when we stop it, and when we, block it, or, it's like when we've had some kind of trauma or pain in the past that hasn't been resolved, that does get stored in our system. And then what happens is life comes and triggers us, and what life is really trying to do, we're trying to do through these life experiences, is to trigger out the energy that we've been holding on to that's actually weighing us down when we get too trapped up in the stories of what is happening that causes physical and emotional discord in the body, because it's like energy being trapped. And so when these life experiences come, or these triggers come, or these exchanges come, or you start to hear things in your mind, to not get caught up and, go into it, but just to be like, feel it and let it move through your body using your breath. There's energy that wants to move through your body, and then pay attention to your body. Okay, my human wants to have a third thing. Let me just see. And I'm just actually cracking my back right now. Oh, that's it. Okay, number 3 is move your body. Oh, God. So, again, because it's like, this is a physical vehicle. You got to move our body, because this body, this physical thing, is the vessel for our energy and for our consciousness, right? And our emotions. And emotions are just energy in motion, right? But when we stop them, they get stuck and they cause things in our physical body that, aches, pains, like inflammation, patterns of feelings where it's just like, we got to get off the Ferris wheel. But by moving our body, what it does is it supports the just energy and motion. And that's just another way of getting ahead of things. That's just another way of like moving energy without having to have an external experience come in to trigger us, or, get us angry or ignite emotional responses, right? So physical activity. So I get out and I'm active, and I make sure that I'm moving this physical vehicle so that density doesn't collect, and that I get ahead of it so that I don't pull in experiences to trigger me to get it to like, now it's in front of my face, right? So I get ahead of things. And that's the rainbow codes that, these activations that come through are preempt. They're like, hey, here's an energy medicine process to, clear the channel between your physical body and your higher self, that greater essence of who you are. And let's get ahead of things. And here is an emotional alchemy process to actually take emotions that you don't even know are stored in there and turn them into power without having to go through the whole emotional, painful, traumatic experience all over again. And so those are still available. I've got the Liberation Activation and the Rainbow Activation forever access inside private Facebook groups. You can DM me or just leave a message about it below here. Hopefully these 3 tips helped. And if you find that somebody would be supported by watching this, please do share. Thank you so much. This is how the message gets out there, is through sharing and and it's the ripple effect, because that's where we're all here to remember and be reminded and become more aware of who we truly are and what is really important, our lives and our expression of it, however that looks, with freedom and ease and fun and play and pleasure.